And we're live. Hi, everybody. I'm trying to be a little more quiet because I have somebody napping right next to me over there. We had a very long day yesterday, and we're all just extremely, I don't know, spent from moving and having everything still being very chaotic around the house. Um, So, thank you for tuning in. This is the last live of the September edition of Drawing Faces with France. And on Monday, on October 5th, we are going to have the beginning of the new class, Drawing Faces with France, in October. So, the format is very much the same. The faces are definitely very different. We're going to draw in pen, pencil, procreate. We're going to have a live each week. It's a Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday habit. And this is the whole point, is to not lose that rhythm that we've picked up with September and continuing to build that drawing habit. I'm getting a lot of messages from everybody. Thank you for your congratulations on the house. A lot of people tell me, oh, welcome on being, congratulations on being a homeowner. Well, the bank technically owns the house, let's face it. I just pay a certain amount each month in order not to be kicked out. That's the reality of home ownership. So, I'm going to play you a little promo video for this October class starting on Monday, and then I'll be right back. Okay, give me a second. Hopefully this is it. Oh, this may not be it actually. All right, let's try this. Anyone can draw the human face. All you have to do is show up and draw. You may not like your first attempt, but if you keep showing up, you will start seeing growth. But most importantly, you will experience the joy of drawing on a regular basis and making the time to tap into your own creativity. Showing up can be the hard part, but this class makes it easy and fun. 3 times a week, we will get together and draw an inspiring face, from start to finish. I'm your guide, showing you techniques, tips, and tricks that I've learned from drawing thousands of faces. If you have any questions, you can reach me at Sketchy Art School or in my weekly live Q&A. Best of all, you get lifetime access to all class content, so you can go at your own pace and revisit as often as you'd like. So, are you ready? Let's draw together at Sketchy Art School. Okay, I'm back. Now I have to also make sure that I set up my dual camera thing so that you can actually see what I'm drawing. And I need to start with a little bit of an apology, and you will understand why. All my sketchbooks are packed away. All my papers are packed away in different boxes. I'm here. The only thing I could get my hands on is the stuff from my school bag. So about using materials and really recycling support. Show you. So grabbed a text that I did with one of my classes. It's a closure of um, power plants, and I'm just gonna use the back of that. It's photocopy. It's a photocopy paper. You know how much I love drawing on photocopy paper. I always insist on telling you that this is not about expand materials, right? This is all about finding something to draw on and drawing and continuing that habit. Okay. So the link was just sent by Sketchy. Thank you, Sketchy, for sending us the link for the new class, which is Drawing Faces with France October. Let me check quickly. Okay. So the audio is weird. Let me see how I can fix it. Everybody, can you give me a little bit of feedback on how you hear me? There's a problem with the sound. Sound is very strange. Okay. Let me see how I can fix this. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. How is it now? Is it better? Okay, sorry about that. I'm going to try to fix. Okay, let me see. All right. How is the sound now? There is an echo. There shouldn't be an echo. Okay, let's do it from here. Okay. Can you give me feedback on the sound? How is it now? Is it better? Better? Ooh, okay. Let me know again. I can still do a switcheroo of microphones and make it work. Okay, I see a little bit of an improvement in. Okay, good now, good now. Okay, thank you. It is a little quiet. Okay, maybe I should get on my. Oh no, all this is packed away. I was going to suggest to use my earbuds, but all this is put away. Hopefully, when I lean a little closer to my page, you guys will hear me a little better, okay? But I'm gonna do one last test, okay? Hold on. I'm gonna do one last sound test, and you tell me. Is this now? Is the sound a little better now? I just changed the microphone. So I'm gonna wait for your feedback, and I'll go with that if it works. I hope so. Let me know. The previous mic was a bit better. Oh, that's good to know. It is louder, but is it good? It is good? Teresa, can you hear me okay? Much better, okay, way better. Okay, that's what I want to hear. Okay, good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm getting all your feedback coming in. Okay. Oh, some people are telling me that it was better before. Um, it's hard to tell. This one seems to pick up a louder sound, so I'm gonna stick with the bigger sound. Okay. Oh, Anne, you're here from California. I mean, I know I'm seeing names. I wish I could actually address you all personally by your names. So, did you notice our muse today? Oh, I really like this photo. Her name is Majou Freshy. I'm gonna say Majou. I hope this is right. And she has a bird sitting right on her head. Guys, I honestly don't know how much of that bird I'm gonna draw. I'm more interested in her features. In fact, when I saved this, okay, let me flip my camera. I just noticed that it's upside down. When I noticed this photo on Sketchy, um, I did not even notice the bird. I thought she had just um, I don't know, something in her hair. But okay, all right, good. So I have our muse right here on my iPad. I'm going to try to do as much as possible. You know, today I'm drawing in pen, and the one thing that I have available is my school trousse, as we say in French, which is a pencil case, and this one is the one that I love using. A friend of mine from Holland actually brought it over to the US and was like, "Oh, there, you can have it." Little did he know that's one of the greatest gifts I ever got. Okay, so we are going to start. And as you know, this is what I was starting to tell you. When I draw in pen, things tend to go much slower. You know this by now, right? It goes slower because it's more tentative. We can't erase, we cannot undo. No matter how many times I double tap on my paper, it doesn't seem to respond well to that. I know. Haven't we all done it? Right? Of course. Thank you, Dean. I totally forgot about that. I apologize. There's the muse on the screen. How about that? There's Majou. There she is. Okay. Can you guys still see? Yes? Sorry about that. Yes, the reference photo is, as well as the new class, the link to get to the new class. All this is underneath the video. I hope you guys had a good week. What I was starting to tell you is that because I'm moving much slower when I go in pen, I usually end up doing eyes, maybe a little bit of nose, and that's about it. So today we'll see how far we get, okay? So let's see if I can eye this. Ha ha ha, because I'm doing the eyes. So. Always trying to put the eyes in the right spot. Right now, I'm barely putting any pressure on my pen because there's no use. I'm just doing those preliminary, lines. And kind of setting my, all my marks. I don't know about you after this, but after this, I have to build 2 beds. And then maybe we'll do a little more cleaning and fixing, and maybe today is the day that I'll buy my first sander to sand wood floors. Well, at least I've got two eyes. Keep in mind, everybody, do not sweat resemblance. Okay. What's important is to draw features, to get light, volume, and then kind of, as a result, things fall into place. But don't sweat the resemblance. This will come in as, I would say, almost a byproduct. Okay. All right. When I start getting lost in cross hatching, that's when everything slows down. It's like putting a car back in second gear and just, you know, there's no more. I mean, it's a form of cruising, but there's just no more speed. It just sort of, boom, it stops there. So right now I'm trying to not cross hatch. Do you know how hard it is to resist cross hatching? Jenny, tell me more about a parallel pen. Maybe when we post our work in Sketchy Art School, you can maybe post a photo of it. I'm always curious to know about what pens people use. So, what is it, Jenny? A parallel pen. It's not a pen that makes parallel lines, right? I hope not. It's a brand, I hope. You know this, guys. I'm not very adventurous outside of my trusty big pens. This is this is kind of like maybe my security blanket in a way. I don't know. But I find myself relying heavily on that. Do you know that I didn't have internet until 3 hours ago? Um, yeah, not even 3 hours ago. It was installed at about 9:30 this morning. So 2.5 hours ago, I didn't have internet here, and then the internet person came and installed the internet, and boom, just like that, I was able to relax and know that I was able to do this and not have to run to the public library to do this live today. It would have been interesting. Okay. Oh, right, Jenny. Parallel blades to get really thick and thin lines. Oh, I would be interested in trying that out. Okay. Yeah, it was a little bit of a stressful morning, other than that. Living on the edge, what can I say? Right now, I have a stove, a whole range sitting in the middle of my living room because I'm getting a new stove, but it has not come yet. But my old one is still here, so the old one is in the middle of the living room by the entrance. Because. Okay, so just by resisting cross hatching, I'm moving a little further than I would normally do, and it feels good. Oh, my kitty is out and about. She being vocal today. The poor thing, she was so stressed yesterday during the move, I can't even describe. And let me show you how stressed she was. I don't know if you can see those scratch marks on my hand. That was when I tried to put her in the bathroom. Unsuccessfully. I'm not going to blame her. It must be such a stressful time for an animal right now. She was here a second ago. Okay. So I'm doing more here in pen than I usually would, and again, you know why? Because I'm not getting into the details yet. So yeah. Oh yeah, it was going to be the public library, Ute, absolutely. Or even going into my school, which is not close from here, but that would have been also plan C. Okay. So again, without measurements, without really getting too technical, and in fact, I can already notice that maybe I made the bottom of the face a little too big. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll figure this out later. Okay, so these ugly lines that you see me do, this is all going to be shaded, just like underneath Maju's mouth. This is all shaded area here. Here too. See, I'm kind of outlining them, but not crazily. These lines are extremely thin, but that tells me that this is where the shadows are. And then it can be fun to fill them in. My chimes now are on the other side of the house. I don't know. I put them up last night. That's the last thing I did. Yeah, plan C is a good thing, right? Yeah, I put my chimes up on the front deck, so it's really not close to me. I don't know if you can even hear them. But once I put them up, it really felt like home. And once I got the cat out of the carrying case, it did feel like home too. Because once you put your cat in your house, then it feels like. Yeah, there's a nostril hidden there. I think it is hidden. If you push the lightness, Michael, on your original photo, you're gonna see it. I see it, or maybe this is wishful thinking. That's me hoping that she has two nostrils, and showing. Of course, she has two nostrils. Okay, this is all very light, huh? I hope. Oh yes, Dean, George, and Patrick. I was gonna connect Ringo last night, but I was way too tired. There's Dave too. George, Patrick, and Dave. And Ringo. These are the names of my lights. So that I can call Siri and say, Siri, turn on Dave, turn on Ringo, Patrick, George. All right, so everybody, you know that this is already October 3rd, and October 5th, which is on Monday in 2 days, we are starting the October edition of Drawing Faces with France. And we're just, continuing this drawing habit. The faces are going to be different, of course, during the month of October. I already have Some really good faces lined up for you. Oh, yes. And it's going to be pen and it's going to be pencil. The very first one is pen. Um, and we'll take it from there. Maybe the second one will be pencil. I haven't decided that yet. But we are starting on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday live. And this is to continue our drawing habit. There's really nothing like just a little push sometimes, a little nudge, to say, hey, have you drawn anything today? Well, let's do it, and this is what we are doing. This is what Drawing Faces with France is all about. Yeah, Jenny, I agree with you. I kind of like mapping um, I'm wiping my pen here on the corner of the page. I don't know if you can see. There you go. Hey, Rick is here. Woohoo! Feels like home too. If Rick is in the house, it really does feel like home. Oh, that is really funny, Cynthia, what you're saying. I love that. You call your metal cabinet George. Oh, I love that. I absolutely love that. Okay. Yes, so Anish, very good question. All these lines are going to become shaded. Right now, I am still sort of mapping things so that I have more than what I usually can muster in 1 hour, which is not much when I start cross hatching too early. So yes, everything that I'm putting down here is going to be shaded. Right now, I am not shading yet. Trust me, I'm resisting that temptation. So, who's in for October? I know there's also Inktober, which is a huge deal, right? Um, Me, I need more pen and more Procreate in my life, and also uh, the stress sometimes of having to produce a challenge every day. I can't deliver on that, but the rhythm of my class is obviously very different. And I was just wondering who has already signed up for Drawing Faces with France. I would love to know because I'll see you on Sketchy Art School. Thank you. I'm so glad that you're. Ah, thank you. So glad you're taking the class. Okay, so we've got an interesting series of shaded areas here. Yay, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad you're signing up for the class. That's awesome. Yeah, it would be really a challenge to try to do both. I get it. Totally get it. Okay, let's not neglect the fact that Majou has hair there. A lot of it. What I'm doing here is it's going to outline her face even better. Where's that bird? Oh, it's all the way up there. Guys, I don't think I'm going to get to the bird. I mean, I can try, but... Okay, let's see. Oh, Anne, this is the nicest thing I've heard today. And maybe this whole week. Oh, I love that. Anne said I'm doing Venstone Tober. That's it. I'm stealing that. Ah, this is great. Thank you, thank you. Oh yeah. Thank you. I'm glad that you guys are in the class with me. Appreciate that. This is great. Okay. And you know what, Jenny? I think that's a great approach, that you can use some of the muses that I will use and sort of recycle them for Inktober. Why not? My gosh, that's a great idea. Because keep in mind that in my approach to all this, because it's all about building a drawing habit, right? I'm not here to tell you, well, we need to do this in pen, we need to do this in pencil, or either way. You are free to use the medium of your choice, and just go along with what feels right, really. If you want to draw all in pencil in the month of October, I would applaud you, because you would still be drawing. And if you want to do all Procreate, I would also applaud you, because that is more than not drawing at all. So, yeah. All right, so I've got an outline here for my joue. And oh, I'm glad, Dean. That's good to hear. Yay. I love those Saturday sessions too. Guys, I wish I had kept track. For the past two, I didn't, but we are at 20 some lives now that we've done. I don't know the exact number, unfortunately. But yeah, it's wonderful to be able to do this live, right? I love the pre-recording lessons. Of course, you can go at your own pace. But yeah, the fact that we're here together, yeah. Michelle, thank you. I really do hope I do a class every month. We're gonna find out. I know that for sure we're in for October, and if that works for you guys, and if you really like the format, and I know I do, I say there would be no reason not to do one in November. Absolutely. Okay. Ute, that's funny. But that's fine. I think it's okay that we're choosing Procreate sometimes. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, I'm really happy about having mapped out this face without going into cross hatching right away, because that really allowed me to. Ooh, let me see if I can get a little more light. Yep. That really allows me to go a little further in the face itself. So that's exciting. And here comes the cross hatching. Because frankly, you think I was not going to do that? Okay. Dana, thank you for joining us. That's great. I'm glad that, we still have people joining us for the first time, and that's awesome. Some serious scratching. And on a personal note, my car is still at my old place. I don't have a car right now because I was driving the rental truck yesterday. So my car is an hour and 15 minutes away from here. It's weird. My German car. I miss it. I love driving. And Stina, if you are still here, can you tell me when we are doing this Mick off drawing? I really want to do a Mick Jagger challenge with you. I think it would be so much fun. You see, we're achieving some depth. Okay, it's a little different than what I usually do, but at least I'm getting stuff done here today, right? I mean, I'm only half an hour in and I have a face. And I'm not saying that it feels finished, far from it. but it feels as though at least it's Maju. I really hope Maju, I'm saying your name right. This is all the shading that's happening now. And now I'm darkening things. So this is one of the things that I've kind of hopefully not drilled on you too much, but the whole idea of doing layers and doing a thin layer upon a thin layer upon a thin layer, and then slowly building your values like this. Okay. Yes, Tina, I think that's what we should do. Let's draw Mick when we both find a good photo of him, okay? Old or young, I don't really care. Maybe I would lean toward the older Mick because wrinkles. I love drawing them. It's a blast. It's a gas, gas, gas. I think it would be fun. Okay, time to bring in the eyes. What do you say, guys? Yeah? Oh, there's the postal service truck. I really wanted to meet my new mail person today. She seems so nice. She has left a couple of little notes in my mailbox already. Oh, I love that. And I'm a firm supporter of the USPS. Voting by mail this year, it's so exciting. Okay. All right, so things are getting darker. You've noticed that I'm now going deep into the values, okay? Yes, we should agree on the soundtracks, Tina. Oh, yay. I'm so glad that those of you who couldn't join for a while were able to. Thank you. I'm going to say Tessa, but maybe it's Tisa. That's amazing. Guys, I'm just happy that I can draw a little faster than usual. I knew I had to, because otherwise it was going to be one of those sessions again where you sit through me cross-hatching for 45 minutes and all we get done is two eyes. Which, mind you, I have, you know, there's something to be said about getting lost in that cross-hatching. Love it. But we kind of miss out on face and features after we go so deep into the details early on. And this, I'm going to tell you again that because all my sketchbooks and all my papers are put away, this is on the back of a text, an article that I did with my seniors about the closing of nuclear power plants in France. And that's why you see texts, underneath this, because it's just a photocopy. And this is, again, me reiterating that we don't need fancy materials to make fancy drawings. We can be fancy without the support. We can be elegant in very cheap or hand-me-down clothes. Same thing. So yeah, it's getting a little darker. Now I have to admit, I'm putting a little more pressure on my pen to achieve those darker eyebrows, okay? Yes, Cynthia, you're right. I didn't see you a couple of weeks ago, maybe last week also. Yes. Older Mick. Okay, that sounds good. Stina. Yay. Yeah, this is a blast. This is an excellent reference photo. Whenever I choose a reference photo to do anything in pen, I'm so picky, and I thought with the great contrast in this one, we would really have something good going on. The eyes are very much in the shadows, so don't hesitate um, to add quite a bit, even though we think it's white in the eyeball there. It's not. It's not white. It's usually very much in the shadow. This kind of cross hatching is you know being a little faster than what I usually do. It tends to be more straight lines. You've noticed, right? It's kind of like as if we were like applying it with a knife, right? Yeah. So yeah, there's not much roundness about my cross hatching today. Because the straighter these lines are, the quicker they get applied, and that's just how it goes. Yep. Okay, allow me, I'm gonna, flip it around a tiny bit so I can make this thinner layer here. And by the way, don't think that cross hatching necessarily has to be, let me show you here. This is the corner where I've been wiping my pen. Don't think that it always has to be, perfectly parallel like this. It does not. You can definitely, do things like this. You know what I mean? Um, this helps like in the areas by chin or even cheek. You kind of like open it up and it works too. It can really be beautiful. It can work. Okay. Emily, so glad you're here. Yay. Okay. And Jane Bush, hi. I'm so glad that you made it. And I am so glad that you are going to watch this later, hopefully. Cool. Yeah, for me, Teresa, my go-to reference photos are the ones with high contrast, a fun expression, especially if drawing in pen. You want to have something going on. You will see in the October class we kick off the month with a really really neat expression on the muse's face. I'm just darkening things right now. I'm going back in here too. Okay. Again, making fairly straight lines. But at least we've got a face, right? We've got more than I usually do, because I really felt a sense of urgency. I decided, okay, I can't produce just 2 eyes and a nose. We have to speed things up, and the only way to do that is just to not get too caught up in cross hatching from the very beginning. Okay. Sailesh, you're here. Oh my gosh, I love your work. All these guys that you draw. Oh man. Love them. And I bet they do too. Okay, interesting those angles, right? That you can achieve. You still have a face, um, but it's a little more like uh, to me graphically appealing. Okay. You have two ways of making cross hatching look really light. The way that I go with, of course, is go lightly on your pen. This is one way. This is going lightly as opposed to going with a little more pressure. The thing with a little more pressure, your pen is going to drool right away, so you're constantly going to want to wipe. There's another way to make things look a little lighter in cross hatching is by separating your lines a little more. And of course, not putting too much pressure, but at least the pressure counts less if you just separate your lines. I don't do that as much as I play with pressure. And I find that to be more fun, to be like, oh, now I'm going to put less pressure on my pen. But the separation of the lines is also a great way to make interesting things happen. There's still a strong focus on the eyes, I'm not going to lie. But at least there's something else happening. You had a kitty sleep right next to you for a while? She was on the ottoman. My daughter just got up. She is. Oh, you can talk to her. No, it's okay. It's not going to be a problem. Yeah, what an exhausting day yesterday. I kept thinking I'm too old for all this moving. Oh. And it's horrible to say, but the most annoying thing to move is books. Oof. That was sub-zero fun, guys, moving all these books. Okay. Gunilde, you're here. I know I'm saying your name wrong, but I absolutely love your work. Okay. How's everybody doing? Okay? Those of you working on Procreate, I hope this is fun too. This would be a fun thing to do on Procreate too. This kind of mapping of the shadows and then filling them in. I do, yeah, I do love doing that on Procreate too. Yes, Jane, I agree. Books really become extremely heavy when you have to move them around. And donating them, I think that's what I need to do with some of them now. The right cheek is shaded below. Yes, it's going to be extremely shaded, like all here, right? I was thinking maybe I would get there, but maybe I wouldn't, and I have not quite made that decision yet. How you doing, Lapin? Oh, you did. She is sleeping, yeah. Oh, our kitty must have been so stressed.
She's only sleeping, so she just like.
I love that. Okay. How much time do we still have? Oh, we're still good. We're still doing okay with time, right? Okay. Double tapping Ute, right? Isn't that the best? I don't know how much my microphone is picking up, but if it is a good mic, you can hear my chimes all the way in the background. Okay. Paula, I'm not sure the bird is gonna happen today. Oh, that's such a great question. Um, I really would love to do an animal one day. I think, and this is something that maybe we can discuss with Sketchy, but pet portraits would be an amazing addition to all the things that we do, each month. I would be a big fan of that. I love drawing animals. And it's true that since I've been, teaching these classes at Sketchy, I've sort of been naturally pushed towards the human face, and that's fine, but I do miss making the time to draw animals. Yeah. Stephen, I'm all for what you're saying, which is donating to the local library. Yeah. Maybe we can do a little swapperoo with the library in case my Wi-Fi doesn't work. I can bring them books and they can let me use their Wi-Fi in the parking lot. I don't. And now I'm really darkening the side of her face. Yeah. And Ute, I love drawing cars, as you know. This is something that I do more as a relaxing thing on my iPad more and more. In the evening, I just doodle them from my head more than from life or photos. Um, but boy, do I love drawing cars. Okay. And that would be something to explore at Sketchy too. Is there, enough demand out there that there would be people taking a class on drawing cars? Because my gosh, I'm all for that. I would love to do that. All the fun. How are we doing with the layering of values here? Good. Gustavo, for when I go into cross hatching for the hair, I really consider it just a block of, like dark. Like that to me is what it is. Um, and especially for hair like this, where the hair is kept in a fairly dark area, and it is dark hair. Um, go in all kinds of directions with the cross hatching. You know, do this and then that and then that, and don't think that there should be that the hatching should be in the direction of the hair. So yeah. Yay, Jim from Canada. Thank you for signing up for the class. So glad. Oh my gosh. Yes, Ute. Um, for me, Florian, was my idol when it came to drawing cars. He was really amazing. I was so shocked to hear of his passing in that bike accident in Germany. But yeah, Florian Afflerbach, I hope I'm saying his name right. Absolutely amazing at drawing cars. Annoyingly amazing, I would say, as I usually say. Yeah. And Marcel, I would absolutely be down for doing another cross hatching class than the one that's already there at Sketchy. I think I still have a lot of things to say when it comes to cross hatching, especially with pens, like if you use a pen like this, certain things are going to happen. But if you use a pen like a Pigma, other things are going to happen. You're not going to have that pressure. You're going to have to play more with the angle of the pen and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, so where you can sign up, Anish, is underneath this video. You're going to find a bunch of links. And I know that one of them is for the new class. Also, everybody, don't forget that with the code Faces with France, you can get 20% off any two of my classes at this point. So you can take advantage of that. Maybe for those of you who have not gotten into the whole cross hatching thing, that might be a good idea. I don't know. It's up to you, of course. So these are long, slower lines on the cheek. Nora, are you drawing on your iPad?
I'm making character.
Oh, yeah? What app are you using?
Gotcha.
Is that a paid app?
No.
So it's got advertising on it?
Not
Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are reaching the 1 hour mark. Believe it or not, I can't believe how fast this goes. I have 5 more minutes. Okay. Oh, Dana, very good question. Is my big pen a fine point? No, it's not. This is a medium. Just like everything that's crystal like this with Bic, it's a medium nib. So it does have um, a rounder end, and I like that because it doesn't grab the paper as much. So that to me is very important. And this paper really has no tooth at all because, as you know, I'm drawing on the back of a photocopy that I used for class, for my French classes, because discussing the status of nuclear energy in France right now is some fascinating stuff that teenagers are, burning to know more about.
I'm sure. So it's pretty interesting, actually.
It is interesting. I love the challenge of trying to get rid of nuclear energy right now in Europe. It's like, oh, we believed it was the best thing on earth, and now we're rethinking that. Oh, it's interesting. Yeah, but I know the nuclear plant by where I come from in Alsace, in Fessenheim, just closed, and that laid off a lot of people, and the economy is definitely taking a hit. So there's that. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, yes, okay, so Henry, these ink blobs that are happening are usually in relation to the amount of pressure that you put on your pen. So if you put more pressure on your pen, let me just illustrate this here again. If I go like this for more than a minute, my pen is going to drool. It will, it's a fact. I've been there so many times. But I'm wiping it. If you go lightly, and then you want to achieve the same amount of darkness, but you go lightly over it again, then you've got that darkness, but you saved yourself the headache of creating this drooling, because that's what pens want to do. They want to drool like it's their job. Okay, everyone, before I sign off today, I hope you had a good time. We're going to go now to Sketchy Art School. We're going to post what we drew. I'm going to see what you did. Instagram is also a great way to do it. Remember, if you post anything on Instagram that has anything to do with following a live of mine or a class, hashtag Faces with France, and that way I can see them because I go directly to the hashtag and I can see all your work. Today I'm most likely going to post what you did as well. So I'll post mine, I'll post yours, and you'll see it's going to look pretty awesome. Okay, so everyone, I am going to go. I hope you guys sign up for the October version of Drawing Faces with France. I'm about to say goodbye for this week. At the end of next week, we're going to be at the beginning of the first at the end of the first week of October, Drawing Faces with France. I'm really happy, those of you who took the September class, that you were all here with me. And I'm going to say bye. And I'm going to post this and I'm going to post yours on Instagram. So go ahead and post away. Don't forget the hashtag Faces with France. I'm going to type it here so that you can see it one last time. Faces with France. Here we go. Okay, thank you for being here today. And I'm off to try to make this space a little more livable. Bye, everybody. Besos. Abrazos. Okay, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Have a great week, everyone.